Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm Kirsty and this is Stuck in the Mud. So thanks everyone for watching my videos and for liking and subscribing to my channel. If you haven't already, please remember, if this video helps you, to give it a like, and also why not subscribe? It is free, and the more people that subscribe to my channel, the more YouTube will show my videos and hopefully help more people suffering from OCD and anxiety. Because that is my aim of the channel, is just to help more and more people, because I do feel like there's so many people feeling so alone out there and there isn't the help readily available. So as someone who has been through this themselves, I know how valuable this kind of information is, and you know, you can relate so much to what I'm saying, and that is what I ultimately want to do. I just want to help people feel not so alone, and also know there is hope. There is hope. You can get better from this, and you will get better, and don't give up on that. So in today's video, I'm talking about 5 things to remember when you have false memory OCD. I've done more videos on this subject because it's something I have experienced myself, and they go into a bit more detail, but today I just wanted to break it down and let you know what you should actually remember when you're experiencing something like this. So number 1, no matter how much OCD will try to convince you that this memory actually happened, or whether that revolves around an event that actually happened or one that is completely fabricated, please know this: if it has all the hallmarks of OCD, like all the what ifs, like what if this or that happened, and you know, I don't remember, then that is what it is. It's classic OCD intrusive thoughts. If it smells like OCD, it feels like OCD, you know, it just reeks OCD, then it probably is OCD. It more likely is OCD, because, you know, we have all those traits when we have OCD. We have the what if, you know, and we're constantly repeating it and trying to come to some kind of conclusion, which unfortunately never comes. And this is the trap that OCD will have us in. Number 2, overly seeking reassurance that something didn't happen is actually feeding OCD and actually making it worse and making your doubt and uncertainty grow. You know, it's growing bigger when we do this. But when we constantly seek reassurance, we're actually teaching our brain not to trust itself. You know, we're saying, hey, this is important. You know, I need to remember this and it must be worked out. OCD is holding all the power here, and it's holding the power over us and exerting control over our lives. And, you know, seeking reassurance from time to time is kind of normal, and, you know, everybody does it, but when it goes beyond that, so we may have a doubt over a certain memory, and you might, you know, ask your significant other, as I have done in the past, and said, you know, that you were there, you know, did this happen? And they'll go, no, don't be ridiculous. And it really should end there. And for most people who don't have OCD, it would end there. But unfortunately, being the, you know, the bully OCD is and the beast it is, it just tries to hook you in and get you involved, and it'll have you seeking reassurance all the time and just constantly finding different ways to do that. And that is awful. I know it's how horrible it is to be in that situation, and you never actually trust your memory because it's growing bigger and it's getting stronger and more powerful over us. And number 3, the OCD mind is very creative and can conjure up so-called memories that didn't actually happen. And as someone who has had OCD for a very long time, you know, I've had this for 40 years, I know how imaginative we tend to be as individuals, as OCD individuals. And whilst this is actually a great quality to have, it can also have a detrimental effect on our OCD as situations and events in our lives become fabricated, resulting in false memories. And you may have the same memory replaying over again, or you may have memories that are constantly changing. This is something that I experienced when I was going through a period with false memory OCD, and the memories, so-called memories, you know, they were just constantly changing, you know, from day to day. You know, different things were added in, and And that's how imaginative our OCD brains are. I do believe that as people, we tend to have those kind of creative brains as an individual with this disorder. So just bear that in mind and know how creative OCD can be. And it really isn't helpful in this kind of situation. And it just compounds it so much and makes it completely something untrue and something that didn't happen. And number 4, OCD false memories will often go against our values, morals as a person, because that will hurt us the most. And this is the cruel nature of OCD. And this is why it hurts us so much, because, it upsets us. Well, no one is perfect, none of us are perfect. But OCD can make us believe we did or said something, something so abhorrent, something completely against us as a person. And it can be even things that we view as sinful, maybe something that is sexual in nature, or, that would harm another person. These are they give me really horrible things to think about and imagine. And it can actually make us believe that we maybe did something in relation to those kind of things, in that kind of nature. And it's just not true. It goes against, like I say, everything in our nature, everything that is so far apart from who we are as people. It's against everything, every fibre of our being. It's against that, and it is completely untrue. And number 5, lastly, I want to say you can recover from this, this type of OCD. As someone who has gone through this themselves and recovered, I've come out the other side of it. I know how painfully debilitating it can be, constantly trying to come to some kind of conclusion over ever-changing memories of things that didn't actually happen. The doubt is excruciating. I know how just awful it is to go through, and I understand the torment this kind of OCD brings to the surface. But with the right kind of therapy, we can come to some level of acceptance that this is just another way OCD is trying to pull us in and make us believe its lies. And this is why OCD is so cruel. It will actually have us believing in something that just goes against us as people, as, in our nature. This is just so far apart from who we are. And it will really, try and convince us, it's trying to get our attention all the time and trying to convince us that this could have actually happened when it didn't. And it's a terrible thing to go through, because until I actually went through it, I had never heard of this type of OCD, although I'd suffered for many years. And I thought I was actually going insane, because I just felt like I couldn't trust myself. And it's a really scary place to be when you feel like you can't trust yourself, you can't trust your mind, to remember something correctly. And that is all OCD's work. It's the more we involve ourselves with it, the more confusing it gets. And I always remember my therapist saying to me that, if you actually did something, you would 100% remember it in detail. And that's always stuck with me, because it's true. You'd remember it, and, then you'll get OCD chirping in saying, well, what if, there it is again, that key word, it's OCD. What if, this therapist is just saying that, to make you feel better? What if this actually did happen and you're just trying to block it out? Well, this again is another intrusive thought from OCD. It's just trying to get us hooked back in again and trying to make us, stand to attention and actually try and figure it all out, when if we can just resist that compulsion to do that and stand back and let it be there, the more we can practice this, the more those OCD thoughts, false memories will dissolve. And that is something I've learned myself through metacognitive therapy, which has been the therapy which has really helped me heal from this. And I really do believe in it, and I am an advocate for it. I'm also an advocate for exposure response prevention. But for myself, it's the one I've always gone back to, metacognitive therapy, because it's always helped me when I've been in a really difficult place with my OCD. So I hope this video has helped you today. You know, breaking down false memories and, you know, why you should realize this is all OCD. And please let me know in the comments if this has helped you. Remember to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Let me know if you've gone through this and come out the other side. And, you know, if you're still struggling with this, just know there is hope and you can get better from this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.